Okay, guys, here we are, Jurassic World. It looks a little bit different than what we see in the movie, though, right? Chris and Bryce, tell me how this movie picks up from the last one.
Well, I mean, it's, here from this view, you can see everything.
Yes.
You can see the ocean and the valley, and we're in Kualoa Ranch right now, which is incredible.
Beautiful.
And the movie starts, there's an extinction level event that's happening on Isla Nublar that is threatening to wipe out all of the remaining dinosaurs. And the park is closed, and the dinosaurs have been stranded there, and Claire is on a mission to do whatever possible with these two lovely individuals characters to get these dinosaurs off the island.
And forget about this guy.
What? Is he? Who's this? I'm so sorry. What's your name?
Hi. I'm your co-star.
So we saved the day, and that's the end of the movie.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my
She brings
gosh.
a reluctant Owen.
Did I get cut out of the movie?
I didn't want to. Oh God!
Oh,
Spoiler. Oh,
Spoiler, Owen's back.
so
Yeah.
painful.
And Owen's going after Blue.
That's right. That's why I come back. She says, come back. Help me. Don't let me do this on my own. I'm like, nah, you're good. She's like, Blue there. I was like, oh. Good point.
It's not about
I'll
her,
go.
it's all about Blue.
Yeah.
No, it's really,
Blue's bait.
we do sort of explore the relationship between the character of Owen and Blue, and we learn a lot more about their relationship, and they really do have a relationship. It's like a father to daughter. You know, he raised her. She's hyper intelligent. We learn a lot more about her abilities and her just how smart she is and what she's capable of accomplishing for this reptilian creature that has very much mammalian emotions and feelings so we get to further explore that relationship.
And Bryce, there's a story going around between these guys that when asked the question, if you were to be on a deserted island, who would you take with you? Who would you like to be with you?
Oh, on
Your
a
answer
deserted
is-
island.
Yes.
Well,
maybe not this one, but
gosh, I mean, I can't open this up to
anybody.
You know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to answer this honestly. If I went to a deserted island, it would be perilous, right? My survival would be in
Volcanic.
jeopardy. Yeah.
Right.
So, like, if I want to survive, I'm going with Pratt.
Really?
If I want to thrive, I'm going with Mr. Goldblum. I might die sooner, you know what I mean? I probably will. Like, Chris is getting me off that island.
Okay.
Like, Chris for sure is getting me off that island. But, like
What's the point of
heaven's
getting-
just right around the corner.
What's the point of getting off the island if you don't have Jeff
If I don't have
Goldblum?
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a difficult choice.
No, I told her that you would always have been choosing Jeff, and I get it. I would, yeah.
Well, it's like
You
the
would
grass
choose
is
Jeff
always
too?
greener,
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
not Bryce.
No, I mean, between if we, what's the likelihood we have to like repopulate the Earth?
Right. Well,
I think Jeff and I would make some pretty cute babies. Right?
Brains and brawn.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I love this. And we've got the newbies here. I mean, you two, Justice Daniela, joining the cast. When you got that call, and also, like, when you guys see these guys on the set for the first day, what was that like?
I think the first question that I asked Chris was like, "Are you like delirious right now?" And you were like, "I think you were like, yes." And I was like, "Yeah, you must be jet lagged. Like, I don't know where you came from, but." And then
that's my first impression.
yeah, and then I met everyone at the cast read for the first day.
Oh, okay.
That was after I cut my hair.
Yep.
I was cut
Wait,
my hair
you cut
myself.
it yourself?
Yes.
I sure did. Because J.A. thought that this was a character, he's an artist, and he thought that this character would cut her own hair. So in front of our Oscar-winning hair department, I cut my hair, and then as soon as he left the trailer, they swiftly came in and fixed me because you do not want me cutting your hair.
Very method.
It is, very. But actually, that was something that was so surprising and refreshing is you don't think on a movie this level that you're going to have that much creative control or
Right.
creative input for that matter. And it was awesome.
Justice, you weren't even born yet. Sorry
I
to
was
bring that when the
not.
first one came out.
I was -3. Yeah, I was a glimmer in my dad's eye.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for you, do you remember the first time you watched it?
Yeah, I
And
used
Mr.
to.
Goldblum in it?
Yes, I used to.
You might have been conceived watching this man.
And it was a really long gestation period.
Right. I'm not going to think about that. But no, I used to take these family road trips all the time with my dad and my siblings, and I had a portable DVD player, and we would watch all 3 of the original Jurassic Parks back to back to back. And I'm a huge fan of horror movies now, and I think it's because of the horror elements in that original film. Because I would just sit there in awe of people getting eaten. Because I was that kind of kid. I just love that kind of stuff.
Well, you almost get eaten a couple of times in this
Yeah,
one.
I do. Yes, I do.
Jeff, you being back, Dr. Ian Malcolm. I can't imagine the movie without you. So,
sweet.
where do
Thank
you
you.
go from here? Because it seems like you're going to save the planet.
We really? In our continuing story?
In the last installment, I would imagine.
Well, who knows? The great Colin Trevorrow
Yeah.
and Emily Carmichael
Right?
Yes.
are working on the script. I don't know what they're cooking up. I have no
Yeah.
idea if my little character can be of service. Humble service, I'd be thrilled, but I keep saying smart things about what's going on. We haven't talked about it, but
Yeah.
no, well, anyway, there's so much to talk about. But I have something to say at the beginning, and I suppose people see it, and they see the goings-on, and then by the end of the movie, they are thinking differently about what I might have suggested, And then I say a couple more things. But if I had talked to your characters, and we haven't talked about this, if you had checked in with me, I might have, given you my views. And as we know, I'm not going to spoil anything, but you come to a transformed paradigm shift of sorts, right?
Do you think that in the future Claire could convince Ian to be down with like dinosaurs being on the planet? We'll see.
Oh my golly. Well, I would say, as Ian, that I love dinosaurs and I love all creatures. And what I'm really interested in is helping the wondrous elephants and the many creatures that are under the ocean that we have. But I would talk to you, Claire, about evolution and Darwin and how and why we resurrected them and misused our genetic accomplishment instead of to solve diseases to make an amusement park and to sell a couple of tickets. We would talk about that.
They were not meant to be brought back.
It's a difficult.
Yes.
They were not meant to be brought back, and it's a difficult. I love them, but it's a difficult dilemma. But they may be. I think the end of the movie portends is that them and us are in for some harrowing
Get
challenges.
ready. Oh, get ready.
Right.
J.A., you coming in, you bring more of that horror background. There's an intensity to this one that goes back to the first one, I think. A lot of people are saying that this feels like the first Jurassic Park. Coming into this, what was your goal?
I think we all love to be scared by dinosaurs, and we all remember the moment we saw the T-Rex for the first time in Jurassic Park, and that scene with the Velociraptors in the kitchen chasing the kids. And I think as Justice said, we as kids we love to be scared, and this is a great story that somehow takes the Jurassic universe one step forward to a different world that doesn't look like anything we've seen before. And that's very interesting, like going there and try to discover what's next.
It's so intense. I mean, my kids were like edge of their seat. I was like, shut the door! Little girl in the closet. I'm like, close the thing! It's coming after you! I mean, it's one of those. I'm that freak who's yelling in the theater. I'm like, come on, people! Turn on the light!
It's an interactive experience for me as well. Like even this movie, having shot the movie, watching it, I'm very verbal during the whole time. I'm like, no! I know what's going to happen. It's ridiculous. It's like going on a roller coaster. Even if you've ridden on that roller coaster 1,000 times, I mean, you just can't help but just be like, ah! I mean, it's so fun.
And I mean, you two are known. I mean, you do your own stunts, Chris. I mean, I think there were some injuries on set, right?
Yeah, well, I shouldn't say I do my own stunts. There's a great stunt crew, and there's a lot of people, and I had a couple of stunt guys on this, but I try to do as many as I can without, I try to do as many as I can, and I did get, maybe I do a few too many. Like I'm getting to that point now where I think I need to let my stuntman do more than what I have.
Tom Cruise it all the way?
I would, but I don't know.
Encourage this.
Like,
It's not a competition.
like I don't know. I'd love to. He's one of my very favorites. I love what he's capable of doing, but I also make a lot of pops and clicking sounds when I get out of bed now, and I want to minimize that because like I'll wake someone up from a nap by just walking past them. Sorry.
So what injuries did you have?
Oh, I just I tore my hamstrings on this a couple times, and then I kind of jacked up both both elbows and my knee and my ankle.
And Bryce finally got a pair of combat boots. Yay!
Yes. Yep.
But you still have heels.
Yes, I demanded that I have heels in this movie because I was like, this is a woman who can outrun a T-Rex in heels. Like, why on earth would she wear flats to the office?
Yeah.
Like, that was Claire, I think, in her most empowered state, and I wanted to bring that into this movie. And then, yes, of course, given the opportunity to make a choice, she's going to make a sound decision and wear boots on the island.
Beyonce. She's going to do an entire world tour. Dancing and never falling in heels. Yes, women can do that.
Yes, yes.
With a T-Rex chasing after her,
Yes.
nonetheless.
Yes, and a flare. And that was all real, all of it, even the T-Rex, yeah.
How real does it get, though? I mean, some of these are animatronics, some of it's CGI, but do you feel that when you're shooting these scenes?
Absolutely, and I think that that's really what J.A. brought to this movie. It was a sense of wanting to create realism so that this movie could be as grounded as possible, so that we're not making a bunch of leaps when we're watching the film. We're like, everything is very real, except there are dinosaurs, and so there's just a chopper. There's
just a helicopter circling
helicopter in the valley.
It's the tour,
Yes.
they're getting you all in their shot.
They're like, what's happening down there? So it's, Jay would play music on set so that to set the tone so we would really understand the pace and the rhythm and the feel of the scene, and he would play lots of loud noises unexpectedly so that the jumps were
did that
very
to you,
real.
right?
Practical
That's
effects.
the main victim of
Yes, I was
Yes.
the victim of that. Yeah.
Yes,
Really? What
and
did he do?
explosions.
Well, he would play loud roars over the loudspeaker when I wasn't expecting it to get me to jump. He would also just not tell me when things were going to happen, like blood was going to squirt in my face. There was also
earthquake
the
stuff,
earthquake
the
chair,
popping
the
of the
lamp,
lights.
which didn't make the film, but that that one was really funny because he told me, he said, because it was in the script that the lamp explodes in my face, but he said it's not going to explode. We're going to do it in CGI. Just react as if it would. And then I'm like, I got it. And then I'm this close from the lamp, and next thing I know, it's explode. I'm like, oh my god. And yeah, I was not happy for the rest of that day. But I appreciate that kind of stuff as an actor,
And
We watched that again and again and again.
Yeah.
Justice doesn't like to watch himself, and I was
No.
like, dude, you have to watch this. You don't get to not watch this. Your reaction is incredible.
Yeah.
have your kids been able to see, or are they too little still?
They're neither one of them have seen it yet. My son is 11, and he's going to watch it opening weekend for sure with a bunch of his friends, and my daughter really
fun.
wants to, and she's going to watch it later.
Okay.
She's a little bit older.
Jeff's famous for, of course, his laugh in the first Jurassic Park. Do you all know the laugh?
I think so.
Yes? Okay, who can replicate it best here? Let's go.
Oh, good.
Okay.
That's a good game. I like
It's
that
a good game. Let's start with Bryce.
No! What? No, my laugh is too. I can't modify this laugh.
That's. Yeah,
Can
her
you
laugh
do it,
is fun.
Daniela?
He does this. You're very observant. You come in and out. I got that, but I don't have the laugh. No.
Chris, can you do it?
No, I'm not gonna. I can't.
No.
No. Well,
Okay, Justice, and then I'll leave it to the master.
That's
gonna be hard.
Can Jeff recreate it? That's
Jeff?
what I want to know.
Yeah.
I was doing it for her this morning. As all you have to know as an actor, you do your version of you're in a plane.
Yeah.
You see a couple that interests you. You don't know anything about them. It's Sam Neill and it's Laura Dern, and you say you two dig up dinosaurs, do you? And she's kind of I don't know, and he's like this. And with everything going on in you, and of course you're in a helicopter, what do you do? How do you gurgle and chortle? You gurgle and chortle, and action.
Okay, wait. I want to take this seriously.
Okay. Very good. They both get 10 gold rooms out of a possible 10 gold rooms. Well, that's fine.
Give us your version.
That's us, Jeff.
Well, I don't know
Goldblum.
what it is.
That's so good.
What was it like?
You know, Ron.
And what was it like offset? Like when you guys were done, wrapped for the day, did you guys hang out together? I mean, you weren't here, Jeff. Where was your exotic location where you got to shoot in?
Pinewood Studios. But it was exotic. I ran into them. I saw them shooting. They couldn't have been sweeter and warmer and impressive. And he was full of magical focus and passion. Oh boy, I liked it.
That's
Do
another
you
one of those
see why I
laughs.
want to be on a deserted island, right, man?
Make you laugh.
It's just.
Did
like
you all
medicine.
hang out? Did you hang out afterwards?
What do we do?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we.
No, we hate each other. No, we can't
Yeah.
say
This is all
that. No,
fake.
of course. I mean, we're
We
in
got dinners
Hawaii.
and stuff.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had
like, it
dinners
was
and
so
hung out.
fun, yeah.
But it's also like you're in Hawaii, so
Yeah.
it's really nice to be working in a vacation destination. And there's
Yeah.
a reason that when people are, work hard all year round, they get a week off and they choose to come here. There's a reason, and you get out in that water and just feel the constant breeze and look at the view, or go fishing, or whatever whatever you do out here. Man, that's what we were doing. Oftentimes we did that together.
Awesome. Well, guys, congratulations. The movie is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Yes. It's amazing.
Thank you so
job.
much.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.